Welcome back, Roy Ones. Welcome back to this special segment where we ask the guests some specific nugget, some situation that was seemed unsurmountable, that they overcame. And during that process, they became stronger, more powerful within themselves. And within that particular learning lesson that they have, they're going to share something that maybe we can all grow from in it. And we want to get that nugget from Alye right now. So Alye, what is your particular nugget you're going to share with us today?
I would say when I was homeless. And the most important part about it is following my path, following my higher self, following my internal guidance. Because when you're on your path, there may be an infinite amount of people who will tell you to do what they think is best for you, or to tell you to do what they want you to do, but it may not be for you. However, if you are always living and acting from the inside out, then you'll always be good. So when I was homeless, I was, before I was homeless, I was in New Jersey, and I was in meditation for upwards of 6 hours a day, each day. And in my meditations, the Creator was saying, you're moving to New York, you're moving to New York. And I was listening, I was receiving it, and I was being obedient. I said, okay, I accept it, I'm moving to New York. So I said, okay, now please give me a sign. You want me to move to New York? Give me a sign, let me know when. And make that sign so undeniable. So I said, okay, cool. And I just left it at that. So November 10th came, and someone had broken into my home. And I was like, it's a clear sign. I knew, you know. I had groceries, I had about $200. So I left with those groceries, I went to New York, and I was homeless for about 10 days. And then I checked into a shelter. And from the shelter, after the shelter was like Thanksgiving. So, you know, I had to commune with my family as a homeless person. It was kind of like a thing. Like, it was very difficult for them to part ways, knowing that I was going back to that situation, but they also knew that they couldn't help me because they weren't supposed to. It was my journey. It was a part of my life, you know. So I went back to the shelter, and then I started to reach my hands out to different resources. And one of the resources I found was the Ali Forney Center. And at the Ali Forney Center, I found Tribeca Film Institute. And they told us that, you know, if you create a film with us, then it'll be featured in Tribeca Film Festival. So every night, I was taking back my work. I was storyboarding in the shelter. I was writing. I was, you know, it was powerful because that is what was putting fire, you know, under, you know, my motivation. You know, to get me out, to keep me going, and to keep me focused on something creative, so that I wasn't wallowing in sorrow, so that I was not depressed, or so that, you know, whatever, you know, so that I was not distracted by anything else. So after that, I got my own place in January, and then the film debuted in April. And then also in April, I began an internship at Hood by Air. And after Hood by Air, I had like debuted my own first collection, my own couture collection. This is in June. And then July, I interned for the president of AOL. And then I showcased at Fashion Week in September. And there was so much that was happening that I knew without any doubt that the Creator had all this waiting for me. And if I would have been disobedient, who knows what would have happened? I don't know. I don't want to know. You know? Sometimes when the Creator tells you to do something so crazy and so far-fetched, it's like, it's a test. It's always a test. It's like, will you be obedient? Will you do this? Because it's going to lead to better. And if you don't do this, then it's going to be worse. You know, but if only you trust, then you'll be good.
Wow. That was pretty amazing. That was a lot of jewels just now. Definitely making me think about, maybe the voices and the intuitive gut feelings that we have that's nudging us towards living the life that we've always chosen. And sometimes we might deny it. Sometimes we might not pay enough attention. And we might not move. And Alia is a great example of what can happen when you actually follow through with your gut feeling. And don't wallow in what we may perceive to be negative. But know that everything is set up for us. A great example of that is somebody breaking in his house. Some people would think of that as very negative. But yet that was the exact sign that he was looking for. Or the fact of being homeless. But through that particular homeless situation gave him the fire and the drive and the opportunity to get his own place. So that's an amazing journey, an amazing nugget for us to really dive into. And I think the key word to that would be perseverance and faith, right?
And endurance.
And endurance.
Keep pressing.
Keep pressing.
Keep pressing. Keep pressing, yeah.
Thank you so much again,
Thanks,
brother. I appreciate it.
Peace.
And I hope you guys appreciate it. Till next time, peace.